Good afternoon, everyone. We hope that you're enjoying your holiday since it's Ninoy Aquino Day today. We hope that you're all safe and healthy. We would like to welcome you all on our sixth career orientation, mentoring and program advising series, or C.O.M.P.A.S. C.O.M.P.A.S is one of the Academic Affairs Office's new initiatives to adapt to the changing learning landscape. This is to ensure that our students would still have the same quality of education and continuous learning. C.O.M.P.A.S is a series of featured interviews from respective industry experts from different disciplines. They will share their journey to success, from the reason why they chose their college degree and how it affected their current career. Our speaker for today is a well-respected practitioner in the field of hospitality industry in Thailand, a certified international hotelier, and the current general manager of the Movenpick Siam na Jomtien Hotel Pattaya in Thailand. Despite all of the feathers in his cap, he remains modest and humble. Let us hear him share his successful career journey and learn more from his professional advice and tips. Let us all welcome Mr. Dmitry Chernyshev.
Hi guys, so I'm live, I guess. Okay, so good afternoon everyone. Mabuhay, I guess. I still remember how to say it. So since I've been already introduced, I will give you a short introduction myself, how the hospitality has come to my life and how did I start it and how did I finish with the position of general manager. So originally, I was originally born in Azerbaijan, but moved after to the Russia and complete my bachelor degree in the in pedagogical university. 1 year before I graduated, I took 1 year break doing my OGT overseas. My first country was Ireland. I was assigned to the Galloway Bay Hotel, doing very basic job, which is a kitchen porter. I did not regret in my life that I actually took over this position. So if you really want to be a great general manager in the future, you should know how to do the basic job. So the kitchen porter was a great start for me to feel and understand the hospitality field, even at the backside of it face. So 1 year completed in the islands, I fall in love with the hotel industry. And back to Russia, I had applied for the new program, and my next assignment was in England. I did my housekeeping assignments as a housekeeping supervisor in Hilton, Brighton West Pier. Was an amazing experience to me, joining the first international brand. After that, I moved back to Russia, and I started to feel that I want to learn more other departments because I feel like my knowledge is not enough to grow. And I got the role of front desk reception at Hyatt Moscow, that time the most expensive hotel in Russia. Successfully finished my 1 year, and that time I'm still young, so I feel like I would like to see the world, and I continue my career path. I decided to move to Middle East. So I moved to the Abu Dhabi. I was in Al Raha Beach Hotel, and this time, first time I was assigned to be in charge for the F&B. So I was working as an assistant to the manager at the pool bar. It was a very fun experience to me. I enjoy Middle East, but again, that time I still be young and I still want to explore the world. I decided to try the cruise line, how the cruise ship life is it. So 2 months after 1 year working in the Middle East, I had my interview passed and I joined the Carnival Cruise Line. I finished my bar college in LA and got my assignment in Jacksonville, sailed to the Nassau in Bahamas. So it was very nice. I learned a lot about bar, about restaurants, the international standard, how to deal with the guests. At the same time, worldwide, world level cocktails. I spent at the bar a lot of time. So after this, I have decided to move back to the shore, and I found myself working in Seychelles. Seychelles, doing my, I was a villa manager in Lemuria Resort, which is a part of the Constanta Group. Very nice experience working with the pool villas, which in the future was helped me a lot to manage it in other hotels. So I finished my assignment as a pool as a villa manager in Seychelles, and I moved to Thailand. So you can see that I have lots of different countries, different departments. This is I did intentionally because I was I felt that in love in the hospitality industry, and I knew that I don't want any other jobs. I forgot to mention that 2 years after I graduated from my bachelor degree, I had put myself into the tourism hospitality industry university in Russia, but I was studied distantly because my full-time job I could not complete it at that time. But I never regret signing off for that and having my theoretical knowledge and practical field knowledge combining together gave me the best outcome. So my next assignment in Thailand, I became a guest relation manager in assistant front office manager in the Garden Cleave, managed by Sofitel, the group of under Eco Group. Completing 2 years contract, I moved forward to Pullman Hotel in Pattaya. I've been assigned there as a guest relation, and I have several positions in Pullman over the 5 years working. I finished my last assignment was assistant executive manager to general manager. So after these 5 years, I got my first GM as a role as a GM in Siam at Siam Design Hotel Pattaya, where I was working for 6 years straight. Very successful project, very interesting hotel. If any of you had a chance to visit Pattaya, please visit this hotel. And recently, just this year, I had my new assignment as a general manager at Movenpick Siam Hotel Jomtien, Pattaya. So I took over this role in March, and voila, I'm here now as a general manager. I would say for this program, I've been invited by Dr. Adalbert, and our relationship started far before. We worked together nearly 13 years ago. We started. The first time he invited us to come to Philippines to select the students for this OGT program in Thailand. We went, I remember, we flew to General Santos, I think Gen San. I flew and it was a very nice experience to see the really how the other provinces in Philippines looks like. Yes, of course, we stopped by in Manila. Through my experience, I had many Filipino trainees coming to Thailand. Only in Pullman, I think we have done 5 batches, 6 months each. And once I moved to Siam at Siam, well, we initiated the program there. And throughout 6 years, I think I have not less than 10 batches of the Filipino trainees from different universities. So yeah, I would say that. By the way, that time in Pullman, I was not the one who started the program. At that time was also one assistant to general manager Kun Raul. He's from Philippines. He's the one who initiated that program a long time ago. So I can speak about my working experience non-stop for hours, but I believe we have a limited time. And I would probably, if you're not sure much about what the Movenpick brand is, the Movenpick is across the world. We have not as many hotels as other international brands, but I would say this brand has very strong DNA. It's across the world. It's 82 properties. In Asia, with the pipelines, is around over 40. But in Thailand, we have 4, and 1 more is coming in Khao Yai. Currently, I mean, 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, Movenpick was acquired by Echo brands. So now Movenpick, one of the Echo brands. Echo represent over nearly 40 brands altogether. I would highly recommend any of you, if you have a chance to have your internship with Echo, any Echo properties, I would highly recommend as a brand, as a group, as a company, which can guarantee you the good experience, very good, great knowledge, and future career advancement as a well-known and well-presented brand for your future reference or on your resume and your CV. So I believe when everything is over, we will reopen our program also, but we'll see how it goes in the future. So I believe I just wrap up my own personal experience. As I said, I have many things to share, but if we can move forward, any questions or anything would like to ask? I'm not sure what will be the next one. Can someone help me with that?
Thank you so much for that. And now we would like to invite everyone to ask questions for our speaker. So for our first question, what is the most exciting part working in an international hotel chain? Sir, I think you're on mute. Can you kindly repeat your question, please? I mean, your answer.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. Something wrong with my computer. Okay, so I think the key words is international. International brands this is where you can gain your experience and you can apply in any other countries in the world, because the international brand guarantee you the same standards across the globe. The standard you learn from one international brand will pretty much close to the standards if you're going to move to another brand. It's lots of fun with international brands where you can develop most of it, especially Echo has a very extensive training program and a development program. Our TNC department really makes anyone really look after our employees, and we call them not employees in Echo, we call artists, where the way we treat our guests and our employees with the respect and same way that we want to be treated. It's pretty much great experience working with international chain. In many international chain, you can find like several internationals, several nationalities working there under one hotel, for instance. So with the exchange of the cultural cultural moments or cultural unique, what do you call it, experience. So I work with different brands, international, non-international. There is, I wouldn't say that non-international brands will not be in favor, but it's just like, depends on the person, because depend on the person which one they prefer to work. But to me, I like both actually. But just international, my big advice, if you start your career, definitely start with international brands. That's what will be the key message.
Indeed, working on an international chain can be really fulfilling. Being able to experience different culture, learning new things. I bet that you've learned a lot and you've been able to touch the lives of people, especially those who are currently staying in your hotel. So for our next question, did you feel any apprehensions in going to different countries to work?
Well, let's say I've done it intentionally. I've done it intentionally, moving from one country to another, and I not just to change myself from one country to another for changing my the position in a hotel, but also to experience the different culture. I would be honest to you, it really playing well backward to me when you understand working international chain hotel, and if it's located somewhere in the downtown and meeting the guests from those countries you used to work, it's a great pleasure, and at the same time you understand all these little aspects of country which may others never understand who never worked in this country before. So I don't know if I answer your question, but
I see. But I guess just some apprehensions towards your work, you still were able to push through, and that you were able to move forward despite everything. But for our next question, did you feel any? What advice can you give to our students who aspire to be successful in the hospitality industry?
sorry, can you repeat that question?
Okay, sir. So, what advice can you give to our students who aspire to be successful in the hospitality industry?
Who wants to be successful in hospitality industry? Is that the question, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think the best advice is don't rush. Don't try to jump into the high position or chase high position right away. I would recommend to try to experience the basic work knowledge where you which departments you want to grow, or in the future as a general manager. It will really play backward to you later on. It will really play well. Second things, if you do any job, you do it 100%. Don't do it 80% today or 90% tomorrow. Just remember for yourself, any assignment you receive, you have to complete 100%. The last things I would suggest, hospitality doesn't like fake people. So if you are white smile in a front desk, welcoming all the guests, and suddenly you finish your duty and you go out of the hotel and you absolutely non-smiling person, or I would say hospitality is in the heart, is inside you, and this is something you're probably very hard to teach. This is a matter of attitude and matter of yourself. How do you behave toward the guests, toward your peers? So it's not always being smiling at the at the front desk or F&B or housekeeping, whatever you work, just because the guest passing by. The hospitality should be inside you, into you.
Indeed, we need to have the passion to be able to be successful in the hospitality industry, and also need to do what we love and love what we do. But what is your
key?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your advice to future hotel industry professionals who want to build their career in other countries?
Okay, the simple thing, have a basic study, basic study of the country. I've done it many times, and I never regret that I have at least studied some history or some cultural superstitious moments, which is so sometimes you will never expect that it could be. Learn the tradition, religion before you come into the country. And second thing, probably try to learn language. I would recommend one thing to over this challenging time in the COVID. If most of you staying at home, my biggest advice to you: learn third language. Learn third language. I will not let you which one, but please, my advice to you: learn the third language. This is something I regret I have never done beside my native Russian and an English language. I would probably, if I could backwards, I would start to learn third language. It can benefit you a lot in the future. This is really good advice I would probably give you.
Indeed, we need to learn more about the cultures and the countries that we need to go through once we go international. But personal question, sir. What is the first thing that you need to learn while going to another country? What do you need to learn?
The first thing?
Yes.
I think the very first things you should learn is the do and don't. So things you can do in a country, things you cannot do in a country. This is the first things you should learn. Something common in your country and it's legal can be absolutely considered as non. Some of you maybe think the country is like when it comes to your head that you think you know a lot about this country. If you've been there before, it's easier. Second things, probably you should always treat with people around you with respect and do not probably speak less and learn more. That's listen more and speak less. That will probably will also benefit you until you and find as many friends as you can, local friends who can. This is I will accelerate your familiarization with country for sure.
I see. Indeed, we need to observe the cultures of other people. But earlier, you mentioned that you wanted to learn a new language. If you had the chance, what language would you like to learn?
Chinese.
Chinese.
I would learn Chinese, even though I'm in Thailand. Been 15 years. My Thai language didn't go far actually, but from business perspective, I would probably learn Chinese, or probably Chinese. Probably Chinese.
I see. So there must be a lot of tourists from China in Thailand.
This is a top feeder markets. Before the crisis, there's a first feeder markets for Thailand. And then followed by we have Indian, Russians. Depend on the region of province, but definitely China was one of the top feeder markets.
I see. So going back to the market, so your industry has been hardly hit by the pandemic. How did you innovate to cope up with the challenges posed by the COVID-19?
Well, it's probably one of the benefits of working in an international chain. I think asking your first question, we have the ECHO have deployed very intensive program called All Safe, where every ECHO hotel have to be certified. You probably can see the small pin on me on my jacket. So this is it's to show to our guests and to assure our guests that hotel has taken all measures toward the point where the hotel has fully complied with all local and international regulations necessarily to welcome the guests with the guarantee that nothing will be happen, or we 100% prepared for any what do you call it? It's called preventive measures. Yeah, so there's a very extensive program, including older standards, even the medical service or medical consultation called AXA. So I would say that's one of the main benefits of ECHO working with the national chain hotel. In my case, is this ECHO, and I'm very glad that there's so much support and so much I would say so much support and advice is given by our corporate office.
I see. So, sir, I have another question. Without being put on the spot, what can you say about Filipino hoteliers?
Filipino hoteliers?
Yes, sir.
Oh, only the positive things. I have one of my best friend, one of the working there here. He's not. He's half Philippine and half from half Swiss. So, and other Filipino friend, those I know, I always enjoy working with them. They're always cheerful, very funny, and despite any tension or circumstances, they always remain positive. And regardless any cases, they always find a positive side of the. And we always go to karaoke and we sing a song, which is a Filipino good.
Indeed, Filipinos really do love singing, and Filipinos are also known for being resilient. But what was the greatest challenge you encountered in your job as a hotelier, and how did you solve it?
Okay, the biggest challenge in hotelier, as when you work as in entry position, or you work in leading the mid management, or when you're taking the top position, it's of course working with people. Leading the people or working with your peers, that's the most challenging, because you need to learn work as a team. You need to learn to respect their opinions, respect other people point of view. When it comes to the guest, you need to learn how to be patient, how to understand the guest needs. I think this is the most challenging things. It's not nothing hard to work when it comes to the hardware, but to manage or to work with the software, with the people, this is, I think, the most challenging, but at the same time, the most pleasant part of hospitality.
I see. So being able to communicate with your coworkers would indeed be a big challenge, especially if you're not able to communicate with each other better. But did you ever dream of being a hotelier when you were a kid?
Actually speaking, honestly, I never dreamed about being a general manager. As I said, I just fall in love in the hospitality industry when I I was like students, so that time was, I don't know, sure, 17 years. So the life showed me the way, and I just could no longer imagine my life without it. I think it's so, I wish everyone can find a job which you can enjoy so much and still making money out of it.
I see. So what was your dream before you went to the industry?
Sorry?
What was your dream job before you went into the industry?
Oh, I did. When you're students, you do many jobs. So basically, it's funny actually. In Ireland, before I get assignment, I have to wait for 3 months, and I've been milking the cows in Ireland. So I was in a cow's farm. I mean, that's the life, and I never regret doing that. I mean, I think I have very funny and very uh, life full of the experiences that not everyone can say, but yeah, that's what it started from. But you know, some funny things. My boss that time told me one thing when I was working in the cow's farm. He said, "You should never move back to a hotel." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because your customer will never complain." I said, "Okay, thank you. I will take your advice." But no, I decided to move forward.
I see. So your professional or your work now started from the milking the cows in Ireland.
It was just a temporarily. Of course, I did my domestic OGT as a teacher. Uh, we do it almost like 3 months a year during the study, full-time study. So, but that's just like experience I will never forget. If any of you been doing it in your life, you will know what it means.
I see. So there's a question here. What did the cows farm teach you? The cows.
Hard work, guys. Hard work. It's a hard work. If, as I said, if any of you on auditorium listen to me now, if any of you ever worked, it's to understand that how hard work. Every time I pass by any public area who's cleaning housekeeping, I understand exactly what they're encountering. I understand that how hard work it is. I will never rush them and ask them to do the faster job because I know exactly I've done it myself. So that's things which is priceless to me to be doing that job by myself.
I see. Starting from the bottom and rising up to your current profession really is rewarding. So, can you give us 3 important values or characteristics that an aspiring hotelier must have?
Sorry, can you ask it again?
Can you give us 3 important values or characteristics that an aspiring hotelier must have?
I think first things I would put as a respect. You have to respect the people around you. No matter how high you go, you have to always remember not remember, I would say respect the people around you. Sometimes it's not easy, and it's sometimes it's challenging to be the same person every day under tension and stress. But this is what real leader is. This is what real leader become when you want to become real leaders. So you must respect the people, respect your staff, respect the guests, respect people around you. Well, we need 3 values, right? Okay. Second one, I'm not sure it's a value or not, but to me, I would say always try to help people, always try to see in people potential and grow it as a leader. The success of those person will never limit your success. So always try to, as a leader, find a chance, opportunity to grow them. This is, to me, it's the best price I can pay back to me when I see people grow and becoming other leaders. I mean, I'm not saying that, but being a leader, it doesn't mean that you need to lead the people. You need to grow other leaders. I think one of the, I'm going to say value, but characteristics, I guess. The third one, I think dedication. I mean, if you're doing your job, as I said, do it 100%. Don't do it less than that, or 110.
I see. So respect people, the staff and people around you. Always help people and see their potential, and always have dedication in your work. That is a very good answer for the last question. So thank you so much, sir. Everyone, thank you so much for your participation. Mr. Dmitry, thank you so much for your time and effort. Your stories are what we all need. A reminder that there are no shortcuts in life, and just work hard and it will always pay off, so no matter what. So thank you, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.